Hello, Andrew here. Welcome back to HOSPO Health. In the hospitality industry, there are some pretty common areas of soreness that present from a musculoskeletal perspective. A lot of time on your feet, a lot of carrying, a lot of using your hands and arms. So I want to just take a few moments just to go through a few exercises that you could do at the end of the shift when you get home, just to try and help you feel a little bit better. It also should help you sleep a little bit better as well. With long periods of standing, you will start to feel that your feet become very sore. Particularly standing is actually harder on the body than moving around. And so you often will feel not only your feet being sore, but also some pain in your lower legs as well. So if we can do some stretching for those areas, it's actually a great way of unwinding and having them feel better the next day. So amongst hospitality workers, the number one complaint is probably sore feet. So I want to show you a few little tips you can use to kind of look after your feet. After all, they're probably the most unloved part of our bodies. You see, your feet are actually supposed to be nice and supple, and often when you feel them, they'll probably feel not really hard. So one of the most important things you can actually do is just actually, when you get home, is actually just work your feet, work your toes, and get some mobility back through them. And also you want to try and free up all the sore bits underneath the arches as well. So just pulling back and give those a nice stretch. And at the same time, you can get a bit of a stretch around the heel at the same time. That's going to be really nice and releasing for all the muscles that go underneath the foot like so. This kind of extends into the calf, so we want to try and keep these calf muscles nice and flexible as well. And as you know, they're probably pretty sore. Obviously, just doing some nice massage on them is quite effective, but if you want to give them a stretch as well, just a simple stretch where you come forward and bend your knee forward at the same time as trying to keep the heel on the ground and keep your arch up will be a nice stretch for the lower part of the calf. You can extend that into the upper calf by leaning forward with a straight leg, and that'll give a nice stretch through the front, through the top of the calf through here. These stretches, you need to just hold them for only 20 or 30 seconds, and it'll create a tremendous benefit as far as getting some relaxation back into the tissue. Again, done regularly is the key. So one off is great, but if you can start doing that more regularly, they'll provide a much stronger benefit, and your feet and the rest of your body will feel much better. I'll just show you a couple of others. So again, the legs are getting a fair bit of work, so they're feeling pretty tight as well. So a simple quadricep stretch is a good stretch to practice, but again, just keeping the thigh in the line with the body. So you don't want to be kind of in this position. You want to just gradually work your way back so you can get a nice stretch through there. And as you get more flexible, you can work the heel up towards your bottom. Again, holding that for 20 or 30 seconds. And the good old-fashioned hamstring stretch shouldn't be forgotten. And so just a nice stretch like so, leaning forward. You don't have to actually bend your upper back or anything like that. You just stay nice and tall until you feel a nice stretch on the hamstring there like so. Lastly, I maybe would suggest a nice stretch for the glute muscles. So just sitting down and then pulling that knee towards your opposite shoulder and sitting up nice and tall to feel a nice stretch through there. Simple exercises, but they really compound themselves over time. If you continue to do them, they'll really become more flexible and they'll feel much happier. The other area of the body that gets a lot of work in the hospitality industry is the upper body, particularly the arms, the shoulders, arms, and forearms and hands. So again, paying attention to these, they don't often get thought about, but the forearms often get very tight. And again, just some simple self-massage is great, but also just taking on some simple stretches of like pulling down like so for these muscles, and also pulling back for the flexor muscles underneath here as well are really beneficial. And these muscles are a little bit smaller, so they probably don't need quite so much of a stretch as far as time's concerned. So maybe 10 or 15 seconds will provide a good benefit. From there, actually just making sure that you keep the chest muscles nice and flexible, as well as your upper neck muscles as well. So some nice stretches where you're actually pulling back with your arms like so, and reaching up overhead. Again, doing all the opposite things of what you tend to do all day. So often we're doing a lot of carrying in front of ourselves down like this. Just creating some of those opposite positions are really relieving. And again, should feel you feeling a lot better at the end. Okay, so hopefully if you can just try and put a few of those stretches into your routine, I think over time you'll really start to feel the benefit from them. Thank you.